used to perceiving video games as a collection of mechanics, numbers, and achievements. We measure them in terabytes and frame rates, but sometimes, very rarely, technology crosses an invisible line. Beyond that line, software code ceases to be just an algorithm and becomes something living. Red Dead Redemption 2 is often called a benchmark, and usually these words are accompanied by praise for the graphics or the scale of the map. But I want to look deeper. For me, RDR2 is more than just a Western. It's a story about the most difficult human process, redemption. And the most amazing thing is how Rockstar was able to embody this abstract, almost spiritual concept in mere pixels. Look at how Arthur Morgan moves. At the beginning of the game, he's a rock. But he's not a rock you want to lean on. He's a heavy boulder rolling downhill, crushing everything in its path. Rockstar took a huge risk by making the game's controls so sticky. Every action takes time. To clean a rifle, Arthur must sit down, get the oil, and wipe every part. To skin a deer, he must make a physical effort that we can almost feel through the screen. Why is this necessary? We can feel the weight of his life. Redemption can't be easy. If Arthur were to change with the snap of a finger, it would be cheap. But when you, with your own hands, force him to do these slow, mundane tasks, you become attached to him. Pixels cease to be just images when they make you feel the hero's weariness. We see the weight of years lived and mistakes made piling up behind his hunched shoulders. This is the first step to redemption. Realizing how difficult your own path has become. If you want to see the true Arthur Morgan, you need to close the map menu and open his journal. It's perhaps the most intimate detail ever created in a game. In a world where Arthur is supposed to be rough, strong, and ruthless, the journal is his only refuge. Notice the contrast. His hands, covered in scars and gunpowder stains, draw surprisingly delicate, almost tender sketches of birds and landscapes. This isn't just a gameplay gimmick. It's proof that within this brute lives an artist who sees beauty where others see only dirt and profit. As we read his journals, we understand. His redemption began long before his illness. It began the moment he decided to capture the beauty of the world he himself had helped destroy. The journal changes with him. If you play as the evil Arthur, his sketches and thoughts become sharper and shorter. If you choose the path of honor, they become filled with reflection. Rockstar, through this piece of virtual paper, shows us that redemption isn't a single heroic act at the end. It's a daily, quiet dialogue with oneself. It's an attempt to honestly answer the question, who am I really? And seeing these entries makes us not just players, but witnesses to his profound transformation. In many games, a morality system is just a bar that unlocks different abilities or endings. In RDR2, it works differently. It changes how Arthur views the world and how the world views him. Have you noticed how his tone of voice shifts? How his responses to strangers change? When you have high honor, a tired wisdom emerges in Arthur's words. He no longer feels the need to prove his strength. He wants to leave something behind other than pain. Redemption here is embodied in the ability to walk away. To not pull the trigger when the game allows it. To help a stranger on the road, not for a reward, but because it's the only way to balance the scales that have tipped toward darkness for far too long. The most powerful moments of redemption happen in the side quests. Helping Charlotte the Widow, or returning debts to those whom Dutch's gang drove to despair. In these moments, the pixels on the screen stop being a game. We feel genuine remorse. Rockstar forces us to spend our actual time helping others, and that time is the most precious currency. We give it so that Arthur can pass in peace. This is redemption in its purest form. Doing good, not because it's profitable, but because it's right. But redemption is a long process, and sometimes the most important lessons come when you least expect them. In the next part, we'll talk about where these internal changes led Arthur and the finale that awaited him. Thanks for sticking around this far. See you soon.